Guys, I think a monster's chasing after me. So I gotta do this video quick and speedy. So basically, what we're gonna be doing today is reviewing and ranking on a tier list 13 creepy creatures and cryptids. And 7 of them were handpicked by me, and 6 of them I generated from a random cryptid generator. And so basically, I'm gonna go through them right now. The Sasquatch. And I'm more fascinated about the, following and hunting of the Sasquatch than the actual creature itself. I think it's much more interesting, all these, crazy people just, going out to hunt the Sasquatch. I might do a video on that. That'd be fun. But yeah, I feel like the surrounding of it is much more interesting than the creature itself. It's kind of just a giant monkey. And while that's cool, when we're comparing to people like freaking Beast of Gavadon, the Beast of Gavadon, are we kidding? Are you kidding me? It's the Beast of Gavadon. The Sasquatch cannot compare to him. And it's really just it's so popular and so big that the image is just kind of, oh my lord, okay. It's just, the image is kind of tainted to me, It's it's just a little too big for its britches. But there is a positive of that about how many Sasquatches there are. You can at least find one Sasquatch you find interesting or cool. So overall, I have to respect it. I mean, it's the Sasquatch. It's the most famous thing ever, the Bigfoot sighting, the classic. And so overall, it can't get too high. I would put it in a pretty low A tier, but there's something else that is just 5 times better than it that's going to be in the A tier. So I think I'm going to have to put the Sasquatch into B tier. Next up, we have its cooler cousin. Cooler? See what I did there? The Yeti. The Yeti is a goat. The Yeti is a top tier cryptid. It's just a more swaggy Sasquatch. It's like a shiny version of the Sasquatch. And it's a cool shiny. It's not like the shiny for I don't know, Groudon. Look at this thing. That's ugly as hell. I don't want that. I want normal Groudon. But basically, the Yeti is just a swag little dapper guy. He has a purple or blue face with white hair. And in some variations, it has ice powers. The Sasquatch can have woods powers, but I don't think that's usually a very popular thing for him to have. But the Yeti, he can shoot icicles out of his face and stuff. All of the variations of them are so much cooler. The Yeti from, what's it called? Red-Nosed Reindeer Rudolph. That's so cool. The Yeti from that. I used to have hold up. I think I still have it. Look at this. Hold on. Never mind. I don't have it anymore. Never mind. Just cut that out. Basically, the Yeti is just a cooler Sasquatch. I don't know what to say. He's just better. He he just looks better. Everything about the Yeti is better. I know that's kind of just a comparison, but he's just he's just better. What can I say? And I think he's gonna go in. He could go in S. I would not go be against that, it being an S. But I'm gonna put it in a very, very high A tier. It's most likely, I don't really know how the rest of this list is gonna turn out, but most likely going to be the top of A tier for now. Yeah. Next up, we have the Mothman. Now, the Mothman is a pretty cool and creative creature. I think it's a very cool one because its power set and design is the thing that mainly carries it. And I wouldn't even say it specifically has a power. It kind of just, basically, if you know what the Mothman is, it's, a Mothman. It's just, here, you see the picture of it. It's a really cool moth, human design. And the powers it has is really interesting. Basically, whenever it's spotted or seen around something bad happens. So let's say it's spotted on a building. That building might fall down, or something, or someone might die in that building. Or let's say it's spotted on a highway, then a car crash will probably happen. And I think that's like a really cool idea. It gives for some really cool pictures, because pictures is a really important thing to have when you're, making a cryptid. And the people of West Virginia love this thing. The town, I don't know what it's called, the town that had all the spottings are addicted to telling you, hey, yeah, we were the town that made the Mothman. And they love talking about it. But so basically, I think it's a pretty cool creature. I think it could be in B, but it's just so creative, and the design, there's some great fan art of it. If you just look up Mothman, you're about to see some amazing art, and that's really all you need. You just need a great design and great power set to do stuff with. So overall, I think this is a very high B to a very low A, but I'm gonna put it in a low A. And next up we have my favorite, I'd probably say maybe not favorite, but one of my favorites at the least, cryptids, and it is just so funny to me. This thing is called the Sea Bishop. I mean, just look at it. Basically what it is it is a freaking fish with the face and head of a bishop and arms also of a bishop, and everything else about it is a fish. And the funniest stuff is the lore of this is the most crazy thing I've ever heard. Basically, what it is that it no joke became the king of this is of course not actually happened, but in its lore, it became the king of Poland, and then off of request got sent back in the ocean. So people thought that this was the king of Poland, secret king of Poland, from what I'm aware of. And that is the funniest crap to me. And it's not only an amazing story and a cool design, it also has some amazing powers. It can curse you to make you become a fish person like it is. And it's a freaking waterbender from Avatar. It can control liquid water. It is the coolest thing ever to me. It's so funny. It's literally everything you could want out of it. It is the highest S tier, an easy 10 out of 10 for me. And moving on, we have one pretty famous one, the Chupacabra. The Chupacabra can either be not insanely cool, but it can either be pretty alright or very bad, because the two designs vary a lot in quality. Now, the dead dying dog design, that's not cool at all. That is a dead dying dog with fangs. That's a stupid E to F tier design, and its powers don't really help it with that, because it doesn't have that cool powers. It just kind of sucks the blood out of goats, and it might just it literally is just a dead dying dog that kills goats and sheep, and it's that's what was cited. They're kind of made up a freaking monster, even though it's clearly just that. But the other alternate design with a alien reptile lizard creature with spikes still can be cool, but the Martian face really does not go for it. I'd rather kind of just be a mix where it has the face of a dog, the spikes of that, and kind of a lizardy reptilian body. I feel like that'd be much cooler. But overall, this one kind of sucks. The Chupacabra, not that cool. It has a really cool name though. That's what I can give it. But if it's an E to F tier if it has the dog design, it's a C tier if it has the alien design. So overall, I think this is going to be a D tier. I don't really like it that much. It's just really boring, and the alien design's mid. So next up, we have a complete opposite with an amazing design. This design is so cool. I could see myself getting a t-shirt of this. The Flatwoods Monster, or I don't even know why people call it a monster. It's 100% an alien. Look at this design. The Flatwoods Monster is probably my favorite design on the list, at least top 3, because it's just so cool. But the main problem that I have with this, that is not putting this in S tier, is its powers and all that is just so lame. Basically, it was just this group of kids that sighted alien thing that was floating off the ground and had a metallic-y body with a really bad odor. Like, so it's basically its entire power is that it gives off an odor that gives like nosebleed and sickness. That is the lamest power I've ever heard of in my life. And the design is not deserving of such a lame character. Because, like, I cannot stress enough how S tier worthy this design is. But I really cannot in my right mind give it an S tier. Or even an A tier. Because it's so freaking lame. Like, everybody's saying it could have been an owl. Because it makes screeching noises and it has these big glowing eyes that you could barely see everything else except the glowing eyes. So I think these kids just saw a very scary owl. And then they just ran away and freaking thought it was an alien. So overall, I have to say this is probably like a I don't know, like a pretty middle of the road B tier. I think it's better than the Sasquatch because the Sasquatch isn't that cool either. But yeah. So next up we have the Thunderbird, which is the final one I've picked out for the list. All of the next ones are either gonna be like, I know a couple of the next ones, but mainly mainly they're a little bit weirder. So the Thunderbird is next up on our list. So the Thunderbird is a pretty divisive creature because it has a not horrible, I'd say, but a insanely low D tier to an insanely high E tier design because it's just a giant, like, it's either depicted as a vulture or an eagle, and it's just an insanely giant one, like the size of a big canoe. And I feel like that can be cool, and it serves its purpose well, but the powers is the thing that really carries it. Because this thing can control lightning. It's, that's like insanely cool. It can like flash lightning down on you. It can be a lightning rod. It's immune to lightning. So basically any lightning powers you can think of, this bird has. And it's, it's insanely easy to disprove. Like, there's no way this thing exists. It's just like, oh, I saw a giant bird. It must be the Thunderbird. And it's like, okay, cool. That's definitely just a big bird. So it's just kind of like the following around, it's boring. The design is boring, but it's like, I can see why it has that design. And overall, I'm gonna have to give this a very, very low C tier, hindering on a D tier, because the only thing that's saving for this is a pretty cool power, admittedly. Next up, we have the Beast of Exmoor. I was so disappointed when I found out that the Beast of Exmoor was a panther. It is not anything else except a panther. It is just a panther. There's no powers that it has. There's nothing that differentiates it from a panther. I've heard of something called I've heard of something, but it's a phantom cryptid, meaning that it's just a panther called the Beast of Exmoor. That is the lamest crap I've ever heard. This is the lowest of the low F tiers. I don't know what else to say. This is an F tier. Like, look at this. It's a panther. Very sad. Very sad that the name The Beast of Exmoor was wasted on a panther. And so next up we have the probably only popular one, the only popular randomly generated cryptids on the lower half, the Dover Demon. Real quick, I just realized afterwards that is not what phantom cryptid. That's not a thing. I just slightly read something. It's a phantom cat. So basically what it is, it's like a ghost cat. That still does not change it from being F tier. It is still an F tier. It's just like a high F tier and not a low F tier. So, sorry about that. But yeah, continuing on the video. Now, the Dover Demon is such a little useless piece of shit. I can't help but love him. Basically, he's a Martian, a tiny, like 3-foot tall Martian man that crawls on all fours with big yellow glowing eyes and no mouth, that is completely useless because its only power, from what I'm aware of, is that it can see the future. See into the future, which is like, that's cool. But guess what? It can't speak. It does not speak in any language. So basically, it can see the future, and that's it. Like, it's completely useless. It's so funny to me. It's just like a tiny little like goober, and I just love him, you know? Like, how can you not love the little the Dover Demon. He also even has a loser name. He's such a freaking little loser that, you know, I can't help but love him. That's all I really have to say about him. So overall, I can't really rank him any higher than like a D tier because there's nothing really interesting or cool about him. But I don't want to give him F or E because, like, you know, look at him. He already has it hard enough because he's, you know, useless. But yeah, Dover Demon, just so stupid to me. So yeah, I can't help but love him. D tier. Next up, we're getting into the really weird stuff. The Mam Lambo. I mean, it's the Mam Lambo, the famous guy. It's like, so it's the Mam Lambo. I think we all know of him, but even if you don't know of him, I'm just gonna give him a little quick background check. The Mam Lambo is basically just a cooler version of the Loch Ness Monster. So basically, the Mam Lambo is a serpent-like fish creature with the head resembling a horse. I don't really see it in all the pictures I've seen of it, but Mam Lambo basically refers to it being a water god, and that's pretty cool. It's like the goddess of the water, but its powers aren't really that creative. Basically, if you stumble upon the Mam Lambo, you get infinite wealth, so you're just gonna be like a trillionaire if you stumble upon it. And its other power is like the Thunderbird, where it can create storms. It's not like too overpowered with the thunder, but it can basically, like, you know, if it wants to, it can just make a storm appear out of the sky. And all I will have to say is just, like I said before, it's a cooler Loch Ness Monster, because the Loch Ness Monster, low-key, is a bad cryptid. It's like an E-tier cryptid, if I'm being honest. Like, of course it's famous, but, like, you know, it's a bad cryptid. So overall, this one is in like a high C tier. I don't really have much to say about it. It's, yeah, like, it's just a cooler Loch Ness Monster. I've said it before. These two, I just have to say the same two things about it, just on and on. But yeah, basically, it's not like insanely amazing, but I respect it, you know? It's like, it's a cool little creature. So yeah, very, very high C tier. Lingering on a B tier. Next up, we have the Beast of Gavadon, which is a great name, but it is just an animal. It is, so basically, this is an insanely old creature, like 1600s, like insanely old. And basically, it's, the whole thing about it is that it's just a big, like, it's just like, it's a basically like a coyote or something that got like freaking, that just killed a bunch of people, like went on a rampage, and it's like a coyote that killed a bunch of people. This is just like confirmed. This is not even like a speculation. It just did do that. And so it's literally just like a picture of a coyote, and it does look cool, but if that was drawn in the modern day, it would have looked horrible. So I cannot even give points towards the design, because it's just a coyote in like an old-fashioned design. And the only thing leaving this out of F tier is that there's some speculation that it was just a serial killer dressed up in like a coyote costume, which is such a cool idea to me that it's gonna have to go in E tier, though. But that treatment does not get given the same to the Canvey Island Monster. This is a design that is so easily S tier, and I was so sad to realize that it was just a washed up anglerfish. Basically, the Canvey Island Monster was a creature that washed up on Canvey Island, and it was literally just a fish. There was nothing like, people were speculating it's like a brand new fish, but it wasn't. It was just a fish. So it's really sad that such a perfect design like this was wasted, or like this was wasted on just a fish. This is a decryptidized, I don't know how to say that, decryptidized cryptid, and it's gonna go above the Beast of Gavadon in E tier because the design is just so peak. I feel like I could put it in D tier. I don't know. You're gonna see it. It's like between E tier and D tier. But yeah, really sad that I have to give it such a low ranking, but it doesn't have any powers. This like actual picture of it's cool. It like isn't cool. It's just like the fan art and the commonly used design of like this little red goober with like only feet is just amazing to me. So yeah, it's gonna go in like I think I'm gonna put it in like a very, very low D tier, but it might be an E tier too. Yeah, so next up we have the Mehahoon. Alright, we're in the home stretch, our second to last creature being Mehahoon. And this guy is pretty awesome. Basically, what the Mehahoon is it's a gnome. It's a Hawaiian gnome. So it's like a little Hawaiian man, and it has two different designs, either a little Hawaiian man, a little Hawaiian gnome, basically. Just think of that. You also see a picture down here. Or admittedly much cooler tiki design, but it's less common, so I'm gonna just think of the Hawaiian man design. So the tiki design will be entered into the ranking too. But basically, the Mehahoon is just a very skillful little Hawaiian man that can just run around the forest with little elemental powers, and he can also teleport. They can just move around, teleporting, and they just have like these varying designs. I don't really have much to say about them. They're like cool, I guess. Could be a high C tier, but I'm gonna give it a very, very low B tier. Don't have much to say about it. But there is something I have to say about our final creature that I just found out about, and I think is amazing, which is the Tatzelworm. Now, the Tatzelworm is a half cat, half snake, and literally gives you everything you could want out of a cryptid. Cool powers, either cool or cute design, because it can look cute like in this picture, or it can look insanely cool like in this picture. So there's like kittens, and there's like insanely grown cats like panthers that also have these snake bodies, and it's just so cool. And also you get freaking poisonous breath and poisonous blood with burrowing abilities and high-pitched ear-piercing screams. So you get very varied powers and that like are very creative, and it looks like a D&D character design that you'd see in a D&D campaign, which I think it must be. And it's just like such an amazing cryptid. Does not beat out this C Bishop, but it is a very, very solid S tier. I mean, look at it. It's amazing. I love the Tatzelworm. I didn't even plan out to be a closing, but it's a perfect closer with a great S tier. I'd always want to end off a tier list with an S tier or an F tier, just to have a final insanely positive or insanely negative reaction. And I'm so glad that this coincidentally got into S tier. Great closer. Thank y'all for watching. This is the completed tier list. Say how wrong I am or how right I am in the comments. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.